getting your finger to point when you're looking at the camera. But my host has a coffee machine right over there. And yesterday I braved the big bad world out there, and I went down to the local store. And I've never had one of these machines that you put little plastic cups in. Aren't those environmentally unfriendly? I would think, I would think that all the people that go out and buy these little cups, these little tiny cups that go inside these containers. I don't think that those little cups are biodegradable. I could be wrong, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, so start of another day, and not too much on my mind today. I'm gonna have to tell. I'm gonna have to tell Carlo that these biscottis, they're not as good as the Costco biscottis. These are tiny. They're tiny little things. They're just tiny little things, and maybe they're genuine Italiano. I don't know. But Costco gets it right when it comes to biscotti. Costco is their biscotti are big and round and full of almonds, and these biscotti, not quite. There's no almond in there. You see that? There's no almond. If I make another trip to Costco, I'm gonna have to get some real biscotti. I'm just kidding, Carlo. Anyway, there's really not too much on my mind today, folks. I watched the news conference. I don't know if I mentioned in my previous video, but I get Fox News here. I guess they got satellite TV or something here, and I was flipping channels, and when I flipped the channel, I thought that looks familiar, and it was Fox News. So I get Fox News down here. Everything is kind of like upside down. The shows that are on in the evening over there are on in the morning or afternoon here, so to speak. But I watched the president's news conference yesterday, and all of us are facing challenging times. Some of us, to a greater extent than others, of course. You gotta wonder how the leader of the free world sleeps at night. How Mike Pence, how that doctor, what have you. You gotta wonder how those people are able to sleep at night. With all the responsibility that they have. I don't know, but anyway. So yesterday I was talking about a letter, an email from home, saying that I got to come home, and all types of stuff. And I went on the State Department website yesterday to read that message about you got to come home. And when you read the whole thing, they do in fact suggest or recommend or encourage, whatever you want to call it, Americans overseas to come home. And they do that because it may get to the point where you can't go home. And they say that unless you're prepared to stay where you're at. Unless you're prepared to stay where you're at, it's best that you come home. And I'm not going to elaborate and debate, the merits of staying or coming home or what have you. I'm comfortable. Long story short, I'm comfortable where I'm at. And you saw, last night I did the video. Last night I did the video where I went down to Mount Eliza the town. And it's a nice little town. It's got, I think, one or two supermarkets in it that are well stocked. And everybody is social distancing. I wore the gloves that Carlo got me. So I wore the gloves. I went through. I got, what I needed. So as it is right now, I probably have enough food here to last me the better part of 2 weeks. And I just thought about it yesterday, and I'd have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to go through at least five airports. I'd have to sit on at least 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 planes. I'd have to sit on 4 or 5 planes to get from here to there. And I'll tell you, I would rather find myself going through 4 or 5 airports and sitting on 4 or 5 planes after that chart starts going down, rather than as the chart is going up. I would rather, or the graph, I should say, I would rather be on the, I'd rather be on the way home, with the situation getting better than the situation getting worse. So that's my thought on that. I went online yesterday, or actually I called the consulate. I call every time I do this now, like that, with my eyes. Who was it? Somebody had said, when I'm joking, when I'm joking, I raise my eyes or something like that. But, oftentimes I joke a lot, and people have often said they don't know when I'm telling the truth or not. They just don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to discern whether or not I'm serious or joking. But those that know me, hello, my friend, hello. Those that know me well, if you spend any time with me, I guess I have this tendency to make this particular face when I'm joking, and I don't know what the particular face is, but maybe it involves doing the eyebrows like that. My dad used to do that. If you watch the video, the Ernest Hall tribute, you can just search it on YouTube, Ernest Hall tribute. There's a scene in the video where he's with Melissa, our Melissa isn't our Melissa, our Georgia Peach. There's a scene in there where Melissa comes down and greets my dad, and they embrace. And then we're sitting at a table, and my dad pulls out his family picture to show her, and the look on his face, I was filming it, and the look on his face as he gives her the family picture was absolutely priceless. People use face masks. Some people do. I'm in Australia. But anyway, so I went online yesterday to I called the consulate, I should say, and they gave me a website to go to for the Australian government, and I have my visa is a subclass 600, for what that's worth. My visa is a subclass 600, and I have what's called a no further stay. I have a tourist visa, essentially. No further stay is my visa. I came into the country on the 17th of February, and it's 90 days. So that would be, March, April, May. So they have a form to request an extension or a waiver of the 90 days, and you have to provide supporting reasons for your reason to stay. You have to give them a copy of your passport. I included copies of my bank statements, my insurance, that type of stuff. And I submitted that form yesterday. And we will see, as the saying goes. I told them in the letter, I told them in the communication, I said, it's my hope and my desire. It's my hope and my desire to go home, on or before May 15th. That's my hope and my desire. I'm just as a I don't know, precaution, an option. Maybe an option is a better word. As an option, maybe I should, apply for the extension. I'm trying to do everything by the books. That's the days of me living on the edge. I'm pushing the boundary and that kind of stuff. I'm trying to do everything by the book. And here I stand saying that. And yesterday I went to the quarry, and there's a big sign that says "Stay out." And what do? I go around the sign. It's because I saw other people going around the sign. But for the most part, I try to live my life, by the book, to the letter of the law, and unlike times in the past. But so I submitted the request to the Australian government to stay, and we will see. So, I had some comments yesterday that my morning videos, give people hope, give people, what have you. And, I got to tell you, it's a challenge to do that. I mean, to offer hope, in these challenging times, when you see the leader of the free world come on, television and tell you that, if we do everything right, we're going to lose 250,000 people. And, I mean, that's sobering. I mean, that's a lot of people that, that we stand to lose. And, it's just it's challenging to find words of encouragement and words of hope, in such a situation. But, you do the best you can. You really, really do the best you can. I was thinking about something yesterday, and, those of you that follow me, that I'm a Christian. And in all my heart and all my soul, I believe in the hereafter. I really do. I believe that, there's a continuation of the soul. There's a continuation of the self. And I believe that we're just we're part of something just beyond comprehension, and we're a part of something so beautiful. And you think about the thought of dying, the thought of getting sick, and all that. But ultimately, if you're a believer in the hereafter, if you truly believe that there's life after death, that there's a continuation of self, it takes a little bit of the fear of dying, and what have you, out of the equation. I mean, if you truly believe, in life hereafter, then, dying is just a part of the process of getting, from here to there, so to speak. So, not that I want to run out and die this afternoon, mind you, because I don't. I kind of like it here. And I'm not just talking Australia, I'm just talking this thing we call Earth. So, anyway, but that's about it. I'm going to keep the video short today. Those of you remember Yanae, beautiful Yanae. That lady, Yanae, has more character. She has more strength, more perseverance, I think, than any woman that I've ever met. I mean, she has gone through, I've known her now going on probably 3 years, and she has faced challenge after challenge after challenge. And she always maintains a positive spirit and an attitude that is just really, really something else. Anyway, she is, I hope and pray, I hope and pray that as we speak, she's just putting what's left into her car up there in the Orlando area. And she's heading down to my home in Fort Myers. And I've been encouraging her now for the last 2 weeks. Get in your car, get your daughter, and get to my house. I said, live your life. That's what I've been telling her for the last 2 weeks. Get in your car, get all your stuff, get anything that's important to you, and get to my house. I said, you're going to be safer there, and you're going to be more comfortable there. And she's kind of been dragging her feet about it. Well, I told her, I just got off the phone with her a little while ago, and I said, I said, midnight Thursday night, I said, you have until midnight. You have until midnight to get to my house. And she called me back and she said, well, midnight, it's midnight Thursday. Today's Wednesday. So tomorrow night. And I said, no. I said, midnight tonight, midnight Thursday. I said, you have noon, which is 12 p.m. That's lunchtime tomorrow. So midnight tonight is tonight. I said, what time is it there? And she said, well, it's about 2:30. And I said, you better get on the road by 4 because you got a 3-hour drive. Get to my house. I said, you can learn how to play piano. I said, I bought a new piano at Costco. Yeah. I said, in the seat of the piano player, there's books. And you can learn how to play Billy Joel and what have you. I said, and take your daughter with you and just go to my house. And now I have somebody going there to, turn on the water and the hot water and all that stuff. So when they get there, they don't have to bother with that. But anyway, so that's about what's going on today. That's about it. So I'm gonna sit down for another day's work. Like I was telling my sister, thank God that I can work. It's well, I don't know. It's fortunate. It's wonderful that I'm able to work as long as there's internet. Let's just hope. Let's just hope that doesn't. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. So nice. You think it's a nice one, huh, Karma? I wrote. As far as Janae goes. I care deeply about Janae. Sometimes I lay awake at night in worry about her well-being, interestingly enough. And so opening up my home to her and her daughter live in they have a modest apartment, just a modest apartment in a modest apartment complex up in a rather densely populated area of Orlando. So for them to go back, for them to get down to my home that's all nicely remodeled, and her daughter and her have been sharing a bedroom, but for Janae now to have her own room and her daughter to have her own room, and all the comforts of home and everything like that, that's a good thing. It's a really really good thing. But anyway, she sure does have, as I'm sure she does have feelings for you. She may have feelings for me. That's a whole nother story. the whole romantic, the whole romantic thing with Yune, that's a whole nother story. We'll leave that for a morning thought. It's all about friends and relationships. Very kind. Find joy today. There you go. But anyway, talking about finding joy. You know, the other day, what was it? The other day, I had found the book called The Diary of the Wombat. You know, The Diary of the Wombat, and and that was at Christie's place. But today I went to open up the cupboard, and look what I find. Can you see that? Koala Lou. You see? There's the picture. Koala Lou. And, you know, I started to look at it, and the illustrations are the, the illustrations in this book are just fantastic. You see? Koala Lou. And I thought, you know, maybe over the course of, I don't know how long this is, but maybe over the course of the next couple days, or next few days, I'll read you the story of Koala Lou. Okay? I'm not going to read it to you all in one setting because I want you to come back and find out what happens to Koala Lou. But the story goes, there was once a baby koala so soft and round that all who saw her loved her. Her name was Koala Lou. You see, there she is. Koala Lou. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm a kid at heart. The emu loved her. The platypus loved her. And even tough little koala claws next door loved her. You see? Can you see all them? There's the emu. You see? And there's the koala claws next door. That's the grumpy old man. But, oh, goodness gracious. But it was her mother who loved her most of all. 100 times a day she would laugh and shake her head and say, Koala Lou, I do love you. You see? There it is. But anyway, so one more page. Whenever she stretched in the early morning sun or climbed a gum tree or bravely went down the track all by herself, her mother would smile and say, Koala Lou, I do love you. And there goes Koala Lou down the track. Anyway, so we'll leave it right there, and we'll finish Koala Lou tomorrow. But right now I need to get on with my day, and everybody out there take good care. Okay, bye bye.